Why, hello there. Matt here. How you doing, friends? Hope you're doing well. Today, it's bone meal day. Bone meal and cover up slash build day. However you want to figure that out. Whichever you want to distinguish it as. Sleep first. To you too. So then, we have this lovely wood farm, which works beautifully. However, it goes through bone meal like a fool. I have only a touch left in there, which will get me probably another double chest of oak if I really want to, which I totally do. Although today we are doing the bone meal farm, hooking it up to that, and more than likely having something to the extent of an overflow. So you have the bone meal come from here over to here, whether it goes in the hopper goes in front of it or whatever, I'm not totally sure right now, but it'll go through there, fill that up, and then once it gets full, it'll just go through and go into its own little storage silo type thing right here. That is the game plan. I have never built this farm before. I know nothing of it. I haven't even tested it in the creative world. But if it doesn't generate cobble, I'll be happy. If it just works, I'll be happy. From all the comments I'm seeing, it works fine. So, yeah. Let's do it. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed that little time lapse of me building this up. It's a nifty little design, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure exactly how much bone meal it's gonna get, but we're gonna do a test here in about a couple minutes and see how much bone meal I'll be getting because, well, I'm curious. But yeah, my only issue with previous ones, like I stated in the last video, was the simple fact that it would generate cobble, which would then, it doesn't, it just basically wrecks the farm because it can't grow, it can't moss any of the cobble. So far it's only popped up one single cobblestone, so I'm hoping that was just a fluke. We'll see. Either way, it works. It's doing its bone mealing thing. Now it does have one nifty little trick here. You can collect the moss and everything fairly just passively by simply clicking this, and then the items will be trapped in the hopper over on the side over there. So it, of course, takes away makes it a little less productive as far as moss goes, but it's a nifty little thing if you want to just collect some stuff on the side. So yeah, with that done, I'm going to let this run. I'm going to get all of that sort of figured out. Figure out how I can get bone meal over to here, and then we're going to start planning out some building. Super fun. Yeah. All right, so I've made a decision. Now this farm does work well. It gets the bone meal going, but it's not quite fast enough for what I want. So what I do want to do, since I haven't built this farm in a while, yeah, is a general mob farm, but I want to have it with shulker loaders, which I've never done. Because, well, I've never done it, so I figure, why not? On top of that, I want to go to the desert and I want to make basically bone meal galore. Reason why I say that is because I kind of want to go absurdly large with a cactus, melon, and pumpkin farm. I have it on my SMP server that I play with some friends, and it's just kind of cool. So I kind of want to do that in the desert because well, if you build a mob farm in the desert, you get less zombies because husks try to spawn or something like that. It's some weird thing to where you get less zombie flesh, which is cool. But all I really care about is the bones. Now, I could try and go and find a skelly spawner, but the problem is that, well, with only one skelly spawner, you're really not going to get a whole lot of bones. Not really, at least not the extent that I want. So, because I want to make sure I have plenty of bone meal for the wood farm, which is just so cool. I think we're going to go and do that. And then I will work on a design and stuff for the this whole area and pick blocks and all that super duper fun stuff. So, with that said, I'm going to gather some blocks and head to the desert, and we're going to build a mob farm. Which I don't think I've done this since I basically started playing Minecraft, which was a handful of years ago, so it's been a hot second, and I do need to finish the roof there. I've been on the fence about it, but we'll finish that today, don't worry. So yeah, let's go and grab some stuff and get to the desert. Alrighty, hope you enjoyed that time lapse. Here we are, top of the farm. It works quite well. Quite well. So let's head on down here, and I want to kind of set up the basics for the sorter. Oop. I've been AFK for probably like hour or two, couple hours. I don't exactly know, but it's been a bit. So I want to do a shulker loader because, well, then half the work will be done for me. I think it's more reason to go to end cities and stuff. So first and foremost, need to get the redstone box out of here like that, and I need to actually remember how to build this. So to the YouTube. So first, we're gonna make the sorter here because if I make the sorter first, then I'll be able to work on the actual shulker loading thing much easier. I'll at least know where to go for it. Let's put it here. Is that about the right height? Stupid sand. Okay. So yeah, about here. Perfect. Don't know why I went that far. Pretty much the only thing I actually want to keep are 3 of them. Gunpowder, bones, and string. I'm getting string from the bartering farm. However, I mean, honestly, it never hurts to have more. Let me sleep. Thank you. All right. So the item sorter is the same one that I've used a bunch of different times that I've shown, and that I'm sure many other people have used. The impulse sorting system. I'm not sure if he's the one who made it, like he came up with it first, but that's whose video I always follow. Well, followed. I can pretty much do it by memory now. So, dig down a few more blocks. At least through this, I'll be getting a lot more sand. I need to dig out a good bit of area. So, There's that. Oop, too far. And this is why you should always have some filter material on you. There we go. Now those are done. So now it looks like we can start the actual building, which this is going to be fairly deep down. Which also, part of the reason why I wanted to build out here, that way I wouldn't have to worry too much about looks. It'd just be the industrial-ish area. Because, yeah. Yeah. So I think we're going to hop into another time lapse while I try and figure out how to build this thing. And then once I have one kind of done, I'll bring it back and we'll give it a test run and see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well, because I really want this to work very, very badly. Alrighty, let's see. All right. So I know this is nothing pretty, but testing it worked. And it was done by Robert Pickle is the video that I followed. Apparently he doesn't really know who to credit for the main original design, so it's just the video I followed. Now, let's get this a test run. I'm not going to go full bore and load up everything, but I did want to do quick test as far as basically this. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Load that up. Press the button. In theory, that should start it. Okay. Now we wait. It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. And that would be a full shulker of bones. Ha! Awesome. Okay. Now I feel confident enough to actually build this up 3 more times, or 2 more times. 3 more times. I'm getting a little excited there. Okay, fabulous. So let me load back up the system for this one. And then from there, we will finish building out the rest of them. So by the end of this, I will be able to have full shulkers of all of their lovely, lovely drops, minus the zombie flesh and the arrows. Because, well, I have a Fletcher, and I'm getting enough zombie flesh from the gold farm. So I'm not really in that much of a dire state, that's the word. Dire state for the rotten flesh. So let me get this finished up, and then we will run a full test and test this bugger out. Shall we? Let me finish building up these 2. All right. So then, the last thing to do, build this thing up and hope, very much hope, because I genuinely have no idea. Yeah, I didn't really test the the other ones, so we'll see. And I'll need to apparently go end rating again, because seriously, shulker loaders, they're just too good, which is awesome. They're just too good though. Okay, so let's finish off. I need 46 more shulkers to fill out the entire thing, which, yeah, it's not gonna happen. However, the bones were the most important thing, so I'm not too worried. During a live stream or something, I might go and do some end rating and get some more shulker shells and all that fun jazz, because I am officially out, which I did not think that would happen. Okay, so next up, we put this thing to the test and hope, very much hope. Now we just gotta prime the system, dupe and dupe, and it should be filling after everything else goes through. Fantastic. Oh boy. Okay. Now, last thing to add is the trash. So I just need to add a little dropper with some lava and make all this extra stuff go bye-bye. So that is the next thing to do. Put the dropper right here. Put the hoppers. Where did I put the hoppers? Right there. Put the hoppers right. Jump! Fail. Right here. And then we hook up the clock. Which, if anyone doesn't know, comparator, repeater, doot doot doop. Repeater goes into a solid block, which I sometimes forget, but not today. 6. There we go. Now, when you dump anything in here, it should spit out. Fabulous! Okay. We can take that away now. Take away your arrows. Now, do I have any lava on me? I thought I did. Or not. Okay, looks like we're doing a trip to the nether. To the nether! And, hopefully not gonna, die. In theory, couldn't I just put it on netherrack and light it? Couldn't that be an option as well? I'm fairly certain it could. I do have one. But since I'm here, take you. Yep. Nailed it. Fabulous. All right. In, out, no one even saw anything. Except for you. You probably saw it. All right. Ain't that just pretty? And yes, it is. Now, up. Okay, that was another. That was a fail. Can I make it? Can I make it? No. No, I cannot. Badoop. And badoop. Now, there we go. Shouldn't be anything here that can be spawnable. Obviously, the other stuff doesn't count, but when I'm up top, it should be good to go. All right, well, let's break these. All right, at this point, it's just a waiting game. I want to try and get like a handful of shulkers for the bones. Only problem is that I've had before with like the gold farm. I don't know if the hoppers will be able to keep up. That's the only issue that I would have, but meh. I think once I get this stock kind of pushed through, it should be decent. Should be being the keyword there. Being the optimal term. All right. Oh, sweet. There's the clock working. All the arrows are getting incinerated. Only thing that drives me crazy is I can't see how much is left in there because it's facing up. That's the most annoying. I'm sure if you were to like orient this differently, but yeah, just not going to happen. So I'm going to get this all finished up and all that fun stuff, and then we'll head back and start doing some sort of design work because that'll be fun. Totes my goats. All right. I'll see you back at the base. We're home. The farm works quite well. It's not like super duper duper fast. However, don't you worry. I will be getting the bone meal. I'm gonna make it rain. Make it rain bone meal. It's gonna be great. But the shoulder loader works fantastically, so that's all that really matters. So I have my second account hanging out over there, so I can do this and still be getting the drops because I am quite greedy when it comes to getting more bone meal. Now then, this is kind of my rough palette. I was thinking wool for the roof. I have fire tick turned off, so I can get away with that. But also I thought it'd be kind of cool to have a pop of color. I have no idea how it's going to look by any stretch. This is just off the top of my head. And considering we have now oak, thank you, wood farm. I figure why not. And I do like the look of stripped. I think it goes well with these kind of colors. So I'm kind of thinking this is like a root. for the roof, and then like walls and such. I'll probably end up working out some part in creative just to kind of figure out specifics, but I know I'm gonna want probably the wood as the overall like trim like I have here for the acacia and such. And then I do love I don't know what, I think it's just because it has that little bit of just depth to it. Oh, and by the way, we're going to be putting a tower around this very soon. I've just been a little distracted. We'll probably do that next episode. It shouldn't be anything too crazy, so it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, so I'm thinking that, and then since of course I have a bunch of blackstone, I can use that as well, and I do like blackstone. I think we need to use blackstone for the roof over here, that one over there, which we'll probably knock out today for sure, and then we'll probably get kind of basic planning for the tree farm deal figured out, and then yeah, just go from there. But yeah, I definitely broke the moss farm for sure. However, I might be able to use my villagers. I need to do some tests in a test world and see how much bone meal I can get from villagers doing the carrots and trying to send them to a villager. They get blocked, go straight into a composter. Depending on how fast that is, I might build that up instead of the deal that I have over there, because it doesn't rely on pistons. And typically it seems like redstone tends to break on me. So that might be the next option, but I think we're going to try this right now and see what we can come up with. I will need to take into account, obviously, the TNT blowing up, so I need to expand this wall by, like, yeah, quite a bit. I'm going to guess roughly out to here. Something to this extent. And it needs to come out a little more, though. Actually, what we can do is we can have a kind of like a wraparound porch. But what I can do is have this inside be obsidian. That way it can't be blown up, which will be quite nice. And of course I can hide it with other blocks. That might work. Because, well, I mean, it's obsidian. You ain't gonna destroy it. Not with TNT. I could also do crying obsidian. That's something to toy around with. But I think for right now, just kind of getting a quick... Is it about right here? I think. Oh, shoot. I have a bad habit of like jumping around and not just jumping straight up. But I will say the farm worked fine until I buggered it up. Don't remember how, but I definitely buggered it up. So if you want to give it a build, definitely recommend it. It's only like a 6-minute long video. So it's worth it to give it a try. I've just had really bad luck with the bone meal, man. I prefer the bone meal farms that I have to do literally nothing and it just keeps on producing. That's why I'm thinking the villagers are probably my best bet. We're going to have the entrance right here. So what we'll do is we'll have a path come out here and around. And do that. But I always love to put the post down to kind of mark what I'm doing. Now I'll end up taking this down because I don't feel like troubleshooting it, and like I said, I just don't. Certain things just aren't my thing. But that's really why I want to do the mega, just giant cactus melon pumpkin farm. It literally rains. It's so fabulous. So fabulous. Nope. Be what, this one? Yes. Something like right here. You jig. Okay. So roughly this high, however, I want to cover this. I want to make this its own separate room. So basically we'll put an entrance right here where you walk in, do the farm, do your thing. After you leave, you'd come out here, go around the corner, head over to here into the storage room where you get to see what you got. I think that's probably the best put this one forward, like so, something to this extent. I won't be doing the full design today due to the fact that I have spent most of it doing the building for the mob farm because bones. I really wish there's a way for you just to get skellies other than skelly spawners. Oh, that'd be so great. So great. It'd be cool if you could do it just like you do the creepers and such. That'd be awesome. Okay, so I think that's kind of the basic idea. I don't want to do a whole lot because then this video is going to be like super long. Now, what I did on that is I did in words are escaping me right now. I switched out the stripped variants. What I am thinking of doing. What if we do this? Hear me out. Hear me out. Kind of a border going around. So this will be the horizontal. That's the vertical. I don't know. Maybe something. Yeah, and then we can have that like that. And then here. Or. Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit of a design test, that's for sure. Let me know what you think of the palette in the comments. I'm curious what all of you lovely people might think. I'm sure there's improvements to be made, but I think it could be okay. The only thing that I would probably change as far as how I'm designing it at the present moment would be how to get to the water ones. Oh, duh. So you do it like this, where you have up like that over. So like I was saying before, you have the porch basically coming out. I'll probably work on designing this on a stream, honestly. Okay, do we want to pull it out by one? I think we do. But I'm kind of feeling the extra. I like that little space between the walls, so that's why I'm kind of going with that. I think that's where I'm going to kind of leave it for now. I'm going to work on it in between episodes and get a few things kind of figured out. In the meantime, I think I'm going to tear this down and then work on the villager bone meal aspect because it's really not that hard to build. And on top of that, I don't need to work on any redstone. If it unloads or anything like that, it just works. Lovely. However, very soon, we are definitely going to be going to get the wither to get a beacon because I need to get a giant area for the massive cactus melon pumpkin farm going to need. I'm going to need a butt ton of pistons and observers and everything. So a lot of redstone, a lot of digging, a lot of wither, a little bit of crying, but don't worry, only a little. Although I will cheese the wither a couple times because, well, I mean, I have a lot of iron and I want to see iron golems wreck it. So with all that said, hopefully you did enjoy, and don't worry, I'll be finishing that roof. I would just need to go and get blackstone and stuff like that, and I'll show you in the next episode. Do a time lapse and all super duper fun stuff. So with all that said, hopefully you did enjoy. Maybe possibly consider leaving a like, that'd be much appreciated. Maybe subscribe, just so you don't miss more in the future. Either way, I do hope you have a good day, and I will see you in the next one, hopefully. Toodles!